Good afternoon and good evening. This is another review,
Yeah, another film review, this time of Universal Pictures' Get Out.
and it was an amazing movie.
It absolutely was. It was like the directorial debut
Jordan
from
Peele.
Jordan
Yep.
Peele, one half of the comedy duo Key and Peele.
Yes, yes. And he did a phenomenal job telling a story and directing.
Absolutely. I mean, I had commented on this earlier saying I just want to know how he went about pitching such a concept as
Yes.
this movie.
It's very, very, it's kind of
But
controversial.
I'm telling you though, it does race relations in such a smart
It
way.
does. It does.
Like it's not offensive to
No,
either side
no,
of it. And
no.
with it being like obviously, Peele's comedy background,
Yeah.
there's gonna be like a good amount of satire like in
And it
there.
does, and that did help play in that favor.
Absolutely. The only thing I found is I think that there were times when, like, maybe you shouldn't laugh, but it was just so awkward that you did because you were like, I feel bad laughing at this, but damn, that's funny,
Yeah,
you know?
definitely. I thought it was phenomenal. I thought the story was good. It was a really good original story.
At the end of the day, too, it was a solid horror
It
flick.
was. It definitely was a horror. I mean, and they were pulling no punches when it came to that.
No.
The gore was on par, and you know what I mean. And it went hand in hand with the story.
Well, absolutely. I saw a recent interview, I believe, that Jordan Peele did with USA Today, I think, or they took it from somewhere else, I'm not sure. But he was saying, like, just how influenced he was by what was he?
Night of the Living Dead.
Well, no, Shyamalan was like a big influence. Like The Sixth Sense was a huge influence for him. But he actually commented that the scariest movie that he had seen recently was Paranormal Activity,
Wow.
which a lot of people trash that found footage stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I thought that movie scared the crap out of me.
Paranormal Activity. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, it did.
Yeah.
you know. But I think he took lessons from all the greats. And the thing is, I mean, for it being like him being a rookie director,
Yeah. You did a really good
I
job.
mean, yeah, there was no like rookie
No.
mistakes found in it
Yep.
at all. It was a solid story. It got to the point. It didn't
Yeah.
drag. It got you from point A to point B, like exactly where you needed to be in the story at the time without at no point did it feel like it was dragging or it was slow or predictable.
Yeah, you were like, "What's going to happen next? What's going to happen next?"
Exactly.
And we were sitting in an audience, with a crowded audience, and everybody was on there. You know what I mean? What's going to happen next? Oh, don't do that. Don't you know what I mean? So they were definitely vibing with the movie.
Absolutely. And I mean, he did tackle difficult subject matter, especially given the current political climate
Yes,
that
he
we're
did.
in.
Yes, he did.
So for a time, to do that, he did it in such a smart way.
Yes, it does take brains to do something like that.
Absolutely. It takes guts to do that right
Yes.
now, too. And I said I was thoroughly impressed that he did it without being at all like offensive to either side
Mm.
of anything.
Yeah, I totally agree.
He also made the point too. It's like you don't see a lot of black protagonists
No, you
like
don't.
in horror.
I was thinking about that. I mean, I know that we were going to do this, and I was thinking the last time I saw a black protagonist in a film was probably People Under the Stairs,
Uh-huh.
and that was like from the '90s. So yeah, it's been a while.
Absolutely. And I'm sure that he did his homework to
He
see.
did, of course, he did.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he had a solid cast of people to like work
He did.
with
He
in
did.
it.
It was cast very well. I thought the brother that whoever the actor that played the brother was a little acting a little bit more over the edge. You know what I mean than normal, but I think
I think he was a newcomer, they said. What was that actor's name? We
I
should really know this
yeah we should
because we're like oh so on top of it. But yeah, he did play that up
a
over
little
over
bit
the
more than
top.
I would like. I mean, yeah,
Actually, he was probably the only character I really didn't like in the
yeah,
whole
he
thing, to
was.
be
Yeah,
quite honest.
it
He just annoyed me.
he did.
But he served his purpose, and the movie definitely had like,
Caleb Landry.
yeah, okay, no, I'm not a fan.
No, I mean, like everybody else was like on par with their part, but I think he played the part too crazy too early.
And what a departure for like Allison Williams to jump from something like Girls to, you know what I mean, to this one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it takes a good actor to do, to go back and forth like that, to change their.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure that this pushed her in different ways that Lena Dunham doesn't do
Yeah,
in Girls,
yeah,
you know. And HBO for sure is, definitely one that pushes its limits from time to
it
time
does.
too.
Yes, yeah. We need more people to push the limits out
Oh
there.
yeah. Well, that's exactly what Jordan Peele did
He
with
did,
this
and he
film
succeeded.
too. He did succeed with. I mean, it's right now the movie's trending at 100% on Rotten
Rotten Tomatoes, yes,
Tomatoes, which
yeah,
is excellent for
it is.
somebody's first time. You know, there's a couple people that have been critical more so about the subject matter than they had, but I mean, you cannot judge it until you've gone to see
Yeah,
it. Like, don't pass judgment on it just by what the trailer says because it just does nothing more than just make people curious.
yeah.
But, like, going to see it, it
It's a good
was like,
marketing move, though.
yeah,
You
it
know what I
was
mean?
super
Like, what's
entertaining.
that about? Yeah,
Right. But it was definitely super entertaining. I don't feel like if I had gone and to the theater and given them my, what, $15 now to go to
yeah,
the movies to see it, I would have wasted my money
yeah.
at all. He actually says that he has more horror movies written.
I did read something of that earlier today.
Yeah, and I mean, Jordan Peele's in an interracial relationship himself,
Oh, I did not know
but
that.
he actually had written this before that,
Oh wow,
even, like, or had worked on it somewhat before
yeah,
that.
that's interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, I think that I read that they have a baby on the way, so it's going to be a little bit of time between him, starting another project. But I mean, given the success of this, I'm wondering how fast they're going to push that timeline.
They'll knowing Hollywood, they will probably push him no matter what. You know what I mean?
But see, that can ruin it.
It could, but money talks,
That it does.
and there's not a lot of original content out there.
Well, I feel like every horror movie concept has been done to death, you
Pretty much. I
know?
mean, if you look at the 2017 schedule for horror movie releases this year, since we're on the subject of horror movies and reviewing one that was really good and original, a lot, like 80% of the movies that are coming out are either a sequel or a remake.
Hmm.
So, for a fresh director to come out for this debut and have such a critical, slam like he did, I mean, that's showing something. So, cheers to you.
Absolutely. Congrats, Jordan Peele.
Yes,
Job well done.
yes,
But make
congratulations.
sure if you have a chance to get out and see, get
Get out,
out. Ho
go,
ho ho,
check it
play
out.
on words. Go check it out.
Yes, thumbs up.
Thumbs up.